family. You're tuned into Earth is Ghetto with your host, Love. It's Thursday, September 11th, and we're sliding closer to the weekend. Hold on, we almost there. But today isn't just any Thursday. On this date, we remember September 11th, a day that changed the world forever. Out of tragedy, we witnessed unity, strength, and resilience. It showed us that even when life feels heavy, people can come together, rise up, and shine brighter than the darkness. So as we move through today, let's honor that spirit. Be kind, be strong, and keep pushing forward. Because Earth may be ghetto, but the strength of the human heart is unmatched.
What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Yes, it's September 11th. Always a solemn day, but you know, we push through. It's a lot going on today in the world, y'all. It's just, you know, another day in America, but we got to stay prayed up. We got to stay encouraged and try to spread as much joy as we possibly can, y'all, because life is so short, and sometimes getting caught up on a lot of stuff that just don't matter. It just, you know, just be happy to make it home every day to your families and your family. And I'm praying y'all families is all well and all is well with you in your home. You're blessed coming in, blessed going out. Just, you know, because it gets real out here, y'all. And just thinking of the people that's no longer here, whether from September 11th or whatever, like the fact that you're still here and you're still thriving with everything that's going on in today's climate. Not even just government, but economy and everything that's going on, health, everything. Like, you know, just be thankful, y'all, that we still have what we have. And I'm gonna hop right in the news. There's just so much news today, and I really didn't have anything exciting happen in my life today. I mean, my brother came and saw me. I was happy to see him. I haven't seen that guy in a while. He was looking good and feeling good, and always good to see him because he's such a, he's always in a great mood, so that's a blessing. But yeah, let's just hop into this news. Democrats are amplifying pressure on the Trump administration to produce evidence that last week's military strike in the Caribbean Sea that unalived 11 smugglers, as lawmakers from both parties are questioning the legal basis of him doing that. AG Pam Bondi and HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy are in the Chicago area to announce a joint seizure operations of illicit vaping cells. NCAA bans 3 Division college basketball players by permanently revoking their eligibility, saying they had bet on their own games. Chinese goods shipped to Germany surged at more than twice the pace of total imports in the first 7 months of the year as the U.S. tariffs disrupted global trade flows. The bullet that fatally struck Charlie Kirk was believed to have been fired from hundreds of yards away. Yeah, Charlie Kirk, he got taken up out of here in Utah. It was wild. Like, when I read that, when I woke up, I was like, huh? Because it was like I didn't know what happened. I was like, and then I was like, wow. And then, you know, you see everything on the internet these days. It's just crazy seeing something like that in real time. This video's funny.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family.
You got your fucking game over here, bitch. Keep your dog over there. We won't have no motherfucking issues. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Keep your funky ass dog over there, bitch.
Ooh. He been sick of that dog. I mean, he had every right to spray that dog with a hose, because get away from me. Protesters clash still in Nepal. The leader and other emissaries of the Iglesia La Luz del Mundo abused the power, doctrine, and structure of the megachurch to abuse generations of girls, boys, and women. Prosecutors in the New York alleged and sweeping federal racketeering indictment. So leaders of a Mexican megachurch were indicted in New York on trafficking charges. It's been 35 years ago since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out, and Ashley Banks is still able to make that face, Tatiana Ali. She'll always just be Ashley Banks to me, but she looks good. A police dog passed away after being left unattended inside of a hot car in Hawaii. This trash man he's doing, I don't know what kind of pre-workout or energy level he's on, but the guy is doing it. I mean, this is amazing athleticism here. If it weren't for the smell, this could almost be a fun job, I'm telling you. Uber plans to let customers book helicopter rides through its apps. Where are people going in a helicopter? A zookeeper was mauled by 6 or 7 lions in Thailand, raising questions over safety and legitimacy of the safari park's lion ownership. An act of assailant was reported at a high school in Denver, and this was another unfortunate event that happened today. And I think they said 4 people were injured, and then the assailant turned his pew-pew on himself. It's crazy. It was a crazy day on September 10th. The viral video of a student accusing an instructor of illegally teaching gender ideology at Texas A&M University led to a firing of the instructor, the removal of the dean and department head, and calls for investigations. This video shows an inmate hanging out the back of a window of a state prison transfer van in Oklahoma City. Either they was blasting some music or something, because, well, I guess they're pulling over. Because he got up out of there. He was trying to get up out of there. This was funny. This said, this bird looks like it just stepped out of a salon. It's a crow-crested akari, but somebody said, this is a jive turkey. But it's AI. Of course it's AI. Breaking news, Novo Nordisk, the drug maker behind Ozempic and other weight loss diabetes, said it would cut 9,000 jobs as it seeks to lower costs to revitalize growth. Trump and Modi de-escalate U.S. and India tensions, reopen trade talks. Online creators from dozens of countries, led by Mr. Beast, a popular science YouTuber Mark Rober, are launching a $40 million fundraiser to build water quality projects around the world. The founder of a California-based corn empire that recruited women with false modeling offers was sentenced to 27 years in federal prison. Microsoft has made changes to its internal communication challenges in building security measures following a protest in which current and former workers occupied a top executive's office. A federal judge has blocked Trump administration's attempt to subpoena medical records from a prominent children's hospital about transgender patients and gender-affirming medical treatment. The New York Jets are releasing wide receiver Xavier Gibson after his costly fumble on a kickoff return. He gotta go. California woman faces charges after registering her dog to vote. And then, of course, she had to post it. More than 100 South Korean women are forced to work as prostitutes for U.S. soldiers stationed in the country, and they filed a lawsuit. Australia approves the first vaccine to protect its shrinking koala population against chlamydia, a disease that accounts for all of them passing away. Them koalas over there got the clap like that. Prince Harry arrived at King Charles' London residence on Wednesday for what is expected to be the first meeting in 20 months. They went and had tea. A rock sample collected by NASA's Perseverance Mars rover may contain evidence of ancient microbial life preserved for billions of years on the red planet. Dem governors are building a vaccine firewall against RFK Jr. A Princeton University graduate student who was kidnapped and held captive by Islamic militia in Iraq for more than 2 years has been released. Former Vice President Kamala Harris says it was reckless for the Democrats to leave it to President Joe Biden to decide whether he should run another year, but she defends his ability to do the job. At least 3 Russian drones were pew-pewed down by NATO and Polish aircraft in Poland's airspace during overnight attacks on Ukraine, the Polish Prime Minister said. 3 fired FBI officials sued Patel, saying he bowed to Trump administration's campaign of retribution. Passengers endured a 2.5 minutes of turbulence that caught the pilots by surprise, even though they had already altered their route to avoid the storms. A Democrat wins Virginia's special election to replace deceased Rep. Jerry Connolly. Cuba's electrical grid has collapsed, leaving the entire island without power. Labor unions representing millions of educators and school employees are suing President Donald Trump's administration over its immigration crackdown, saying arrests near school campuses are terrorizing children and their teachers, leading some students to drop out. A Tennessee man pled guilty to plotting to using a weapon of mass destruction in a neo-Nazi-inspired plot to destroy an energy facility near Nashville. So this guy that tried to kidnap this barista was let out on a cashless bail. More than 350 Greenlandic indigenous women and girls, including some 12 years and younger, reported they were forcibly given contraception by Danish health authorities in cases that date back to the 1960s. This is a AI, but they really thought that it was about to be a Just Right 2 coming out. Well, Latifah being pregnant. So Apple is unveiling their AirPods Pro 3 with live translation features, and somebody said the nail shops and the braiding shops are trembling. They're going to be able to understand what they're saying now. Judge temporarily blocks Trump's firing of Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. All right, y'all. Let's see what else we got going on. What's up with Patty? Patty, Stephanie, and Shaka. What are they doing? The Queen's Tour. Oh, they promoting it. Listen, I might have to go to this because I love all 3 of them for real. I might have to go to this. They're still looking for Charlie Kirk's assassin. This bride didn't throw her bouquet. Instead, she gave the girls a word.
I want to encourage you to trust the Lord in your singleness. Okay, His timing is perfect. He knows what He's doing when it comes to you. You are valuable. You are precious. You are loved. Your identity is not in a ring. Your identity is not in a relationship. Okay, your identity is in Jesus Christ. So let this rose that I give to you right now just be a symbol that Jesus loves you. He'll always love you. He'll never change His mind about you. I always said that I would.
Listen, I actually think this is an amazing idea. Like, I think everybody should start doing this. Forget the bouquet. Have the love of the Lord in your life. Lizzo and Kelly Clarkson teamed up and sung one of their songs. I can't play it because I know they'll give me a copyright strike. Trump ordered all the flags flown at half-staff. Most of the news today was definitely about Charlie Kirk. Brian, oh, that's the dude that was that went to jail for the Iowa thing. And the man accused of unaliving the 4 universities in Idaho. He had an injured finger, I guess people are pointing out. Plies asked, can we also lower the flags for the school pew-pewings? Elon Musk is sending a satellite to space funded entirely with the Dogecoin called Doge One. Former BYU baseball player sentenced after being accused of assaulting a girl for 5 years, starting when she was just 7 years old. Big Daddy Kane's birthday was the other day. Denzel's birthday was the other day too. He turned 70. As he says, Denzel. Ever since he said Denzel, I just feel like I need to call him that. He said that's how you're supposed to pronounce his name. Whoopi Goldberg says, if you don't marry well, you'll have to keep working to survive. I mean, she has a point. I mean, I tried to get my husband to win the freaking lottery. And Brat recalls being in prison where she learned that Michael Jackson had passed away. She was upset. She said she almost got into a fight that day over Michael. I mean, it was a sad day when Michael died. I ain't gonna lie. Alright. You ever look at your coworkers and just be like, they just hire anybody? Yes. Yes, for sure. Offset opens up about Cardi B. He says he regrets putting their business on social media. Offset want that old thing back. That's how they get you. They start trying to apologize and being nice. Wife of former NFL star Thomas Davis arrested for attacking his alleged mistress. Rosie O'Donnell says she had to miss her daughter's graduation over security fears tied to the Trump feud. Rosie, now this is getting crazy because you could come for your daughter's graduation now. Would you rather have unlimited money or unlimited time? Definitely unlimited money. Even if I had one more day to live, I would turn up for that day. Unlimited money for sure. Alright, y'all. The news is bleak because it's going to really be about Charlie Kirk and September 11th. So let's move on to our story times.
So I guess I'm gonna be the first. Hi, I'm a woman who gave her child to the father to take care of mostly and put myself on child support practically, pretty much. Yeah, motherhood is fucking hard. It made me lose my mind. My postpartum depression was probably like the hardest thing I ever had to deal with. Completely lost myself. It's been 5 years. But I was a shit mother. Like, when I became a mom, I was just bad mom, right? Like, not abusive, but like, I grew up with a mom who didn't know what to do with me, and I also became that mother, you know what I mean? And the difference was that I had a baby with like a really good man. Like, it's a great fucking man. Like, it's a great father, you know what I mean? Like, he's a great dad to his kids. And I had a way harder time adjusting to motherhood than anyone I knew. I was like the first out of the people I knew who was like, I don't even know if I can be like a full-time mom and keep my sanity, legit. And so, yeah, that's what I did. And I'm a great mom now. Like, let's just preface this. I am an absolute great mom, and I'm very active in my child's life. You know what I mean? But I'm like the weekend parent, you know? And that has always been very hard for me to fucking admit and talk about, because it's a very shameful thing, like, for women to not be the mothers that society expects you to be, right? You feel like a failure, and you feel, I'm still to this day hard on myself, and I don't even know like when that's gonna change, but vulnerable.
No, I think that's great. If you know you are not a good parent and you have somebody like a father around that is better than you, then by far break that generational curse and hand the kid over so they can have a better life. I do think it'll be beneficial maybe for the kid to have counseling with you together and you guys work through that, just to making sure the kid's straight. But no, I think that's good that she did that.
I ain't gonna send this to all the unserious people, and meet me in the next video.
It had to be me. I never thought we would be together. I can't believe I just made love to you. After all the things that we've been through, now what are we gonna do? Whoa, I wanted to kiss you on Saturday. On Sunday we made love. Now what are we gonna do? Where here is none.
Amen.
And I was a friend, oh, so good. I gotta make a choice.
Not they were saying amen. That's the part that cracked me up. Somebody said, when in the funeral karaoke?
Bitch, you look good today. Bitch, you did that. Yes, ma'am. As black women, bitch is used as a term of endearment when we deem it so, when we have given you consent. The term bitch can also shapeshift, i.e., bitch, which translates into, ooh, I got some tea for you. The monotone, bitch, is the introduction of a new partner in our lives. That's my bitch, which translates into, that's my ride or die. But we prefer not to die. Yes, we know we are bad bitches. Just because you buy me a drink doesn't mean my hips are a navigator for you to get through the crowd. When you had all that damn room to walk, yes, I'm a bitch with boundaries. Requesting permission shouldn't be this difficult. Why does rejection translate into aggression? Is my big clit energy too much for your ego? My no isn't meant to be challenged. When I said I'm a bitch with boundaries, he said I shouldn't have called myself a bitch. Isn't that what privilege is? Spitting up on what a woman should be. More focused on the words he wants me to swallow, but chokes on his quiet when black women go missing. Bites his tongue when trans women are beaten to the brink of death. When bitch is met with a forceful fist, forced entry, your silence is the gun. Forced bullet to the body. After bitch, I didn't want your number in the first place. After the bitch, you weren't that fine to begin with. We've made enough small talk to ensure safety. He said he didn't have boundaries. Ain't that like a red flag? Bitch, with the grip of a wrist, muzzle mouths when black women are found dead. Yet, you wanna get violent when we force you to be compliant. As black women, we've been taught to remain on a leash, not win too loud when we get hit. But don't let this home training fool fuck off. Ain't that like an entitled man trying to keep me trained? He said, where do you think the word woman comes from? Man, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like this is Adam's rib. But clearly, your father birthed a bitch, a son of a bitch, dressed in offspring that don't get no bitches, with your bitch ass. Other women have said I should learn to be quiet, sit upright, smile, don't show aggression, roll over, let them think they are right, let them think their abuse didn't hurt me. Bitch, you wildin', which translates into you got me fucked up. As black women, bitch is used as a term of endearment when we deem it so. Bitch can also shapeshift. Bitch, you did good. Bitch, I see you healing. But also, bitch, do I need to pull up with these hands? Which translates into, yes, I am that bitch.
I bet the rehearsals for that was so fun.
Don't say I'm stressed. Say my body is preparing me to rise from this challenge. This reframes stress into energy, turning cortisol into courage. Don't say I have to do this. Say I get to do this. This shifts the brain from pressure to gratitude, increasing motivation. Don't say I'll try. Say I commit. Try signals doubt, but commit programs the subconscious for a follow through. Don't say I'm bad at this. Say, I'm still learning this. Your brain loves growth. This rewires failure into progress. Don't say, I don't have time. Say, it's not my priority. This brutal truth exposes what you truly value. Don't say, that's just who I am. Say, that's who I've been, but not who I must stay. Identity is flexible. This creates mental freedom. Don't say, this always happens to me. Say, what can I learn from it this time? This stops victimhood and activates problem-solving mode. Don't say I don't know. Say I don't know yet. This adds growth mindset, tricking the brain to search for answers. Don't say I'm nervous. Say I'm excited. The brain cannot tell the difference. You control the framing. Don't say it's impossible. Say it hasn't been done by me yet. This opens possibility and dissolves mental barriers. Don't say, I can't do this. Say, how can I do this? Asking questions activates problem-solving circuits. Don't say I failed. Say, I've discovered one way it doesn't work. This resets failure into data. Don't say I'm stuck. Say I'm pausing to reset. This turns paralysis into preparation, reducing anxiety. Don't say they lucky. Say they created opportunities. This shifts envy into responsibility and empowerment. Don't say I wish, say I will. Wish signals helplessness. Will directs action. Don't say I'm overwhelmed. Say I'm prioritizing. This gives the mind order instead of chaos. Don't say this is hard. Say this is stretching me. This frames difficulty as growth, not as punishment. Don't say I don't belong here. Say I'm learning to belong here. This destroys imposter syndrome with progression language. Don't say why me. Say why not me. This turns suffering into strength, unlocking resilience. Do not say I've lost everything. Say now I have the space to build better. This transforms despair into renewal. Psychology of rebirth. So
I will win the lottery and be rich.
So we're going to talk about how I found out that my partner of 10 and a half years and my fiance started fucking this girl. And she was my friend, and he started fucking her in my house with my newborn baby while I was a overnight ER nurse in Atlanta. So yeah, you heard that right. The great thing about this is that she was fucking him in exchange for free tattoos because my fiance at the time is a tattooer. And so she would start fucking him in exchange for free tattoos. And after she was done fucking him, she would start fucking his nephew, which is also another tattooer in the same shop. So she was fucking both of them without either of them knowing. So she was just family hopping. It's also important to note that she was my friend. She was my friend. So she became best friends with my best friend, who is the counter girl for my fiance's tattoo shop. And she started coming to the shop pretty much every single day to see my best friend and to get close to my fiance. She offered him nude photos in exchange for free tattoos. He accepted. You know, that's on him too. And then she became my friend while doing all of this. It blows my mind. So the actual first physical time I ever met Taylor, which is the girl, she came over to my house with Savannah, and the first time I actually physically met her and saw her in person, she had already been in my house fucking my fiance with my newborn baby in a bassinet next to the bed. So basically, they were sleeping together for a year and a half. She would come over while I was working overnight at my agency contract in Atlanta. I'm an ER nurse, or I was an ER nurse, and that's what I was doing. So she would come over and they would have sex in my house that I paid for. He made sure to unplug the Ring camera every single time because I always check the Ring camera every time it goes off. And it's funny how I found out, because she actually got shit-faced at a bar in Macon, Georgia called the Hummingbird. And if you know the Hummingbird, you know there's a bunch of regulars there. And the regulars there happen to know me. So she started bragging to her best friend. Side note, she ended up fucking her best friend's men later. So they're not friends anymore. And she was basically bragging that she was sleeping with a tattooer from this shop and she was pegging him. We all assumed that it was about his nephew. Turns out, no, she was talking about him. I confront him and he says, no, we only exchanged nudes. I finally get him to confess everything, and my dumbass forgives him, and I am with him for another year and a half. So while all of this is going on and I'm working through this heartbreak and, you know, we have a baby and I'm finding out literally all of this has happened like shortly after I gave birth, I'm like, we can get through this. We can do this. I just found out more and more things. I find out that not only was he having sex with her in my house next to my newborn baby and giving her free tattoos, he was also paying for her OnlyFans. And after she was done fucking my fiance for free tattoos, she started fucking his nephew, which is also another tattooer in the same shop, for free tattoos. And it's important to know that she was cheating on her boyfriend at the time, who I just went out with, you know, yesterday. If you've seen my previous videos, he's a tattooer. Like, oh my God. A shop bunny if I've ever heard of one. I do not have any tattoos. I don't have any piercings. She is completely covered, head to toe, looks nothing like me. And it fucked with me for a long time. I was like, I don't look like this girl. And I had a lot of insecurities after I found out everything, because I don't have black hair. I don't have pale skin. I don't have tattoos head to toe. He always told me that's not his type. I'm his type. But yeah, we're fucking old girl over here. So while all of this is going on, I find out, you know, that she's fucking my man. And then she started fucking his nephew, who, by the way, was also in a relationship and just had a baby as well. You see a pattern. She slept with her best friend's man. And then the best friend that she had prior to that, this is not my story to tell. I want to tell it so badly. But she ended up sleeping with her best friend's man. Like, she had a different best friend. And then my other friend Haley was dating somebody at the time, and Taylor started fucking him too. So I say all of this to say that normally I would never blame the girl in this scenario, that this always falls on the men, and it does, and it did, and I will stand by that. However, there is a pattern. There's a pattern. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. So basically, my fiance fucked her for a year and a half in my house, in my bed, with my newborn baby in a bassinet next to all of this. And he exposed me to so many things by being so unsafe and not caring about me. I had to do a full STD screening. Thank God everything came back clean, because I would have gone nuclear times 10 if I would have caught something because of his negligence. Now, a lot of people in my comments from my previous video say that she lives rent-free in my head and that I need to get over it and that it's been so many years since this happened. Well, it's traumatic. It shaped me. It altered me. It is something that I'm going to carry with me. And I am bonded to this man for the rest of my life because we share a child, and that child has special needs. My child is autistic. And so, like, we have to be okay. And me and my ex-fiance, we are great co-parents. We're actually friends. We get along great, way better now than we did when we were together. But I do harbor, like, a lot of resentment, a lot of hate, and a lot of just heaviness towards Taylor. Because, you know, she went out of her way to purposely get close to me while she was sleeping with him. And she was next to my baby. Which, by the way, she still has pictures of her and my child on her Instagram that
She only cares about the tattoos and not the baby. Or the bassinet. Somebody said, girl, hold on, let me get situated. Man, you can never trust a Taylor, unfortunately. Next to my newborn baby. How many tattoos does she need? You forgave him. The girl got a tattoo fetish.
Sit my stupid ass down. Bro, what am I doing?
He almost broke his back. Listen, I hope they don't strike me for this, but I love that video.
My father had a child with my sister as well. Actually, he had 2 children with my sister. I saw that story recently. This woman, she's gone viral because she told this story about her family. And I'm like, oh, you guys are into that kind of stuff? Okay, I'll bite. Here we go. I'll tell you my story. So, my mother had already been married and had 3 children by the time she met my father. So she married my father and had 3 more children. So she ended up with 6 total children. The older ones are my half siblings. So the story goes that my father started messing around with my mother's older daughters. Of those 3 children she had already had when she met my father, 2 of them were girls. And at around the age 12 and 14, these 2 daughters apparently went to my mother and told my mother, hey, your man is touching on us. And my mother went to my father and confronted him. According to her, I wasn't there. I wasn't even born until the oldest one was 16 years old. But this is the story, that my mother went to my father and said, are you doing this? And he said, do you have a demon? Are you demon possessed? That must be a demon telling you these things. No, you crazy, dirty, demon possessed witch. I would never ever do that. Ew. Then he proceeded to beat the shit out of her, according to her. Then, according to her, the sisters came back to her and recanted their story and said, no, it wasn't really happening. So according to my mother, that was supposedly supposed to be the end of it. But the 12-year-old, the one who was 12 at the time, because she realized she was not going to get protection from my mother, she actually climbed out the window that night and ran away. And she never, ever, ever came back home. She never once lived with my mother again from the age of 12. Now, this particular sibling, she had a very, very, very hard life. She has since passed away, but she had to live on the street as a child and make the money the way that women on the street make money. So she did not fare well from this at all. The older sibling, though, a strange thing occurred as my father, over the years, has groomed and violated, no doubt, my oldest sibling. Somehow a relationship, if you could call it that. I don't know. I don't like that word related to this, but they began to be together in some way. So I'm in the home. I'm the youngest of these 6 siblings, and I'm very confused because my father and my older sister are often together, even being affectionate towards each other, and my father and my mother. It's really confusing. So my father basically has like 2 women who have wifely duties in the house, my oldest sibling and my mother. And then my sister became pregnant. She is age 18 at this time when she becomes pregnant with my father's child. Eventually they do bring the child home, And now I am very confused because they didn't hide it from me. They didn't hide it from me who the father was. So they hid it from the community, but they didn't hide it from me. They told the community it was some Marine that came into town and then left. So now I talk about being confused. I'm a little confused. Well, meanwhile, my father was very abusive. He was a very, very abusive man. He was also low-level 3-letter agency, running cover operations as a country musician at the time, which was something they did often. And my mother had apparently tried to leave this marriage several times, but it was the kind of thing where he says, if you leave, I'll find you and kill you. You couldn't really get help from the police or anybody at that time because it's the dirty South. It's the swamps of Louisiana. And women, yeah, you're allowed to beat the shit out of your women and do what you want with your children. To be honest, that was the culture. Like, I'm the man, rare, I can do whatever I want. So eventually, after my father and my sister had this child, we were able to escape once, and I've told you guys that story, how when we escaped that particular time, my father immediately found us and went and took me away from my mother. So my father and my sister and the baby come and grab me from where we had escaped to, okay? So now I'm gone. Now I'm in this, we had like a motorhome. So now I'm gone. I'm in the motorhome with my father, my sister, and this new baby. And that's when they took me to Arkansas for the things that I've spoken about many other times before, basically the programming center. So anyway, after that, somehow I got returned back to my mother. I have a block in memory, but I'm back now with my mother and my siblings, and that was that. And my father was never around again. Why? Because my father and this sibling had gone off and gotten married. So now my father is married to my sister and they have a child. So now they're just a happy family. And my father was 40 years older than this sibling. He was 20 years older than my mother and 40 years older than this sibling. They ended up staying married for 20 years, these two did, and they had another child together. So, as it stands today, my father has long passed away. This sibling who had children, I don't know what to call her children. Are they my nieces? Are they my sisters? I don't know. It doesn't really matter because none of that side of the family will speak to me. They hate me. There's something wrong with me. I haven't figured out what that is yet. I don't know. But I'm persona non grata. They will not speak to me. I may as well not have a family. But somewhere out there, I've got nieces, half-niece sibling people, and lots of...
Listen, you should be happy they don't want nothing to do with you. Somebody said, so your niece is really your little sister. Toxic family hates a truth teller. What bothers me most is there are people that don't believe this is still going on. Somebody said, I need therapy just listening to this.
Baby, they called decline.
Huh?
They called decline.
Decline?
I need to take the food back inside.
Let me go on my bite.
No, baby, you can't eat the food again. Pay for it.
Real shit.
Now, why he come take that food from her? Somebody said he just repossessed a used chicken sandwich. I think that was fish. He should have gone and let her have that food.
Do y'all ever go on trips with people and then on the trip you find out that they are not like meal people? They're like, no, we don't really eat breakfast. And also we don't really eat lunch. Like we'll get a donut for lunch and we'll just have dinner tonight.
I'm not a breakfast person, but when we go on vacation, my husband has to have breakfast. So I've acclimated my life that on vacation, I'm a breakfast person. If he don't have breakfast, all deals are off.
Okay, story time. Literally just happened about how I just got shit shamed. I just got shit shamed by this old lady in her fucking 90s. I know you wear a fucking diaper, bitch. How are you fucking shit shaming me, ho? Anyway, long story short, I ate some shit last night, did sit well on my stomach, made it to work, but that's when shit hit the fucking fan.
So I'm sitting at work like, oh, bitch, can we make it till we get home? No, we can't. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 fucking o'clock, bitch. We still got 4 or 5 hours to go. No, bitch. You not holding it. You get the sweats, your mouth get the water like you about to throw up and shit like that. So I'm like, fuck it. I do not like using public restrooms because of some shit that happened in 4th grade. I will elaborate a little later. So I'm like, fuck it, bitch. We got to. Because if we don't, we're going to be worrying it. And we don't want that. That's worse than being claimed to blow up the goddamn bathroom. So I go in the bathroom. Now, I use the handicap stall. Okay? Because regular stalls cannot accommodate the thighage, the spreadage that needs to happen to clean betwixt the meatage that the Lord blessed me with, okay? So, I'm in the handicap stall, doing my big one. And of course, because the luck I've had today has been non-existent, someone actually needing the handicap stall comes the fuck in there. And whoever was with her, she opens the door and she's like, hey, can you get my purse? And she's like, somebody's in the handicap stall. And the person she was with was like, so are you going to wait? Or is the other one empty? She said, the other one's empty, but I'm going to wait. And I'm like, girl, just use the other motherfucking stall, bitch. You a particular handicapped person. It's a bar in there. You can make it. No. She wants to wait. So, now, the guilt is setting in. So now I'm like, oh, shit, let me get the fuck up out of these people's bathroom. So now I'm having to cut my session short because I feel bad because this handicapped person needs to use the bathroom. So I get out. I go and I wash my fucking hands. She go in that stall and she said, "Ooh, sweetheart, are you okay?" Oh shit. She said, "Oh sweetheart, are you okay?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "You sure?" Yo, her saying "you sure" fucking sent me, bitch. Like, yeah. I said, I just ate something that didn't sit right on my stomach, and you know, and she goes, okay. And you know, old people don't have no fucking filter, bro. And she was like, because so then she goes into this story about how a friend of hers had this condition and should I be concerned? Like, I don't know. Now I got shit shamed by this lady. I'm like, bitch, I can't. But I will say, oh shit, I will say that it lightened my whole mood because I was in a PC-ass fucking mood today. Oh shit.
She wanted to go up in that stall too, and you was blowing it down. Alright, y'all, let's end on this crappy high note. Y'all stay so blessed and kiss your loved ones. I'll be back tomorrow.
Define those thoughts and allowing my wife to actually be a midwife and help me give birth to something. Because I told them, I think God said, try me. And with my natural idea and my natural mindset, I don't think this is going to work. But my wife said, Jerry, you are anointed to do this. If I would not have done it, if I would not have let my wife be my spiritual midwife, y'all not hearing me. If I would not have let my wife be my spiritual midwife, you wouldn't be watching me on the night. You wouldn't be watching me on the night. The midwives. So God was kind to the midwives. The midwives did listen to Pharaoh. So God was kind to the midwives, and the people increased and became more numerous. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families of their own. He gave them families of their own. What if, just what if, the season that you're in is a season of being a midwife? You're in a season of helping somebody else give birth. And if you can get your eyes off of you, and if you can get your eyes off of what you want, just for this moment, just for this season, and focus on helping other people give birth.
Who's coming in the driveway?
Will give birth. Maybe God will turn around and give you something to birth of your own. Bible all day. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. See, some of the things that we want to be added unto us, we don't even know we want it yet. We don't even know everything that we want to be added unto us. But God said, listen, the stuff that you don't even know that you want, I'm going to give you. The stuff that you don't even know that you need, I'm going to give you. This blessing that you haven't even asked for, I'm going to bless you with if you seek me first. If you seek me first and the kingdom and all of my righteousness. Seek first the kingdom and all of my righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. What if for this season, God needs you to be a midwife? I know you want to be Ruth. She gets the spotlight. But what if God is calling for you to be Naomi? I know you want to be Timothy. But what if in this season of your life, God is calling for you to be Paul? What if one of the roles, what if one of the ways to experience promotion is if we become a midwife? I'm going to help you get afterbirth off of you. I'm going to help you transition. So I'm going to give you some points and I'm done. You can go eat your barbecue and have a wonderful Labor Day. But when I was looking at this, the importance of a midwife. Number one, I felt God wanted me to give this to you. We don't listen to the enemy. To be kingdom and to be a midwife, we don't listen to the enemy. Listen, y'all, sometimes going to the next level is tied to who you don't listen to. These women were told by Pharaoh, this is the king, y'all. He gave them an instruction to murder, to commit genocide, but I'm going to listen to my king. Listen, what kept these midwives was not the fear of Pharaoh. It was the fear of God. Listen, you going through his phone won't keep him. The fear of God will. You going through her phone won't keep her. The fear of God will. It was the fear of God. They feared God more than they feared Pharaoh. Point number two, midwives protect others. Men are not the only ones who protect. Midwives protect as well. When I know the enemy is trying to destroy what you carry, this woman sitting here screaming in discomfort, trying to push, has no idea that the person down between her legs has been told by the enemy to kill what you about to give birth to. But I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you. Why? Because number three, midwives are trustworthy with vulnerabilities. This woman is at her most vulnerable state. You're trying to push the head of this baby out. They didn't have epidurals back then. They didn't have rooms with AC. You didn't have room service. You didn't have monitors. You didn't have IVs. Wherever the water broke, it was time. It was time. And while you're on the delivering stool, pushing in your most vulnerable state, the midwife is protecting what you're birthing. Midwives won't use your weakness as gossip. Midwives won't use your flaws as ammunition to be petty. Ooh, we talking. Midwives won't use the areas that God is still cleaning you, the afterbirth that's still on you. They won't use that to post it on Instagram. They won't use that as a screenshot and send it to another sister. Y'all not talking to me, but they are trustworthy with your vulnerabilities. Most vulnerable moment you could be in is giving birth to something. I remember my wife was giving birth to my daughter. We had emergency C-section. There was like 4 or 5 doctors in the room, blood everywhere, all type of fluid and juice. And I'm just I got you, baby. It's okay. I love you. I'm right here with you. My wife didn't care who was down there. She just wanted them to get my daughter out. Get this baby out of me. I'm ready for this to be over in her most vulnerable state. In her most vulnerable state. And in your most vulnerable state. And in my most vulnerable state. I need to have somebody I could trust when I'm wounded. I need to have somebody I could trust when my blood is everywhere, when my mess is everywhere, when my dirt is everywhere, when private things are open before the public. I need somebody to protect me. They had like a cloth that they put over my wife. There was blood splattered all on the cloth. It was protecting her. You don't even need to see this. We got you. A midwife.
The long walk is the answer. To inspire.
A midwife is one that is trustworthy with your most vulnerable self, with your vulnerabilities. Number 4, midwives obey God even when consequence is possible. I'm still amazed looking at this text that Pharaoh didn't kill them. He didn't kill them. But their mindset as a midwife was, I fear God more than I fear you. So you can do whatever you want to do to me, but I'm going to honor God. When you truly are one that is a midwife, meaning you're one to help people birth things, you're one to help protect them, you're one to help them transition, I'm going to obey God even if a consequence is possible. Even if this causes for me to get laid off. Even if this causes for you to break up with me. I'm going to defy Pharaoh so that I could obey Yahweh. And last point, midwives have a will exchange. They have a will exchange, meaning they exchange their will for the King of Kings' will. Jesus modeled this to us so beautifully in Matthew 26, verse 38. When he's praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, it says, then he said to them, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me. Going a little further, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, my Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet, here it is, y'all, not as I will, but as you will. Maybe one of the reasons you're so stressed out is because your will and God's will are at war. Jesus, in this text, fully God, fully man, is experiencing a battle of the wills. God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. If it's possible for us to redeem mankind without me being separated, without me being crucified, without me experiencing agony, if it's possible for us to do this without me going through that, let's do it. But nevertheless, not my will, but your will. Jesus' purpose for coming was to die and to teach us kingdom keys. On the cross, he was stretched because purpose stretches you. Maybe the reason purpose is stressing you is because there's too much will of you versus will of God. I love you guys so much. I just wanted to give a word to encourage us that what we need to redeem the original kingdom agenda is spiritual midwives. Those who aren't afraid to do the dirty work, who aren't afraid to get bloody and messy, but they're instrumental in helping you shift from carrying to holding. God, would you help us to be surrounded by people who help us give birth? And also, God, equip us with the patience and the tools and the wisdom on how we can help others give birth. Because if we're going to redeem the original kingdom agenda for the home, you got to have people in place who help us to give birth for a home. In Jesus' name, we love you so much. Amen.